Ever wondered how sleep impacts human health and productivity? Well, it's more significant than you might think. Sleep, often overlooked, is a critical component of our daily lives that affects every aspect of our health and well-being. It plays a vital role in our cognitive functions, helping us process information, solve problems, and make decisions. Not only that, but sleep also enhances memory and creativity, allowing us to remember, learn, and innovate. And let's not forget, it's essential for our physical health too. A good night's sleep can help strengthen our immune system, repair our bodies, and even increase our lifespan. So it's clear that sleep is not just about recharging our batteries, it's about empowering our minds and bodies to function at their best. But how did some of the greatest minds in history sleep? Let's find out. Starting with the earliest, let's talk about Leonardo da Vinci. This Renaissance master, known for his diverse talents and insatiable curiosity, had a unique approach to rest. Da Vinci followed what's known as a polyphasic sleep pattern. This involves sleeping for short periods throughout the day, rather than having a long, uninterrupted sleep at night. In Da Vinci's case, he would sleep for a mere 20 minutes every 4 hours. That's 6 brief naps over a 24-hour period, which totals to around 2 hours of sleep each day. Yes, just 2 hours. This unconventional sleep pattern is sometimes referred to as the Uberman schedule, and it allowed Da Vinci to dedicate more time to his work, studying, inventing, painting, and pondering the mysteries of the universe. Imagine the productivity, the sheer volume of work that could be achieved with 18 extra waking hours each day. It's certainly a tantalizing thought, but before you consider adopting this sleep pattern, remember that it's not without its drawbacks. While it may have worked for Da Vinci, the polyphasic sleep schedule is far from the norm and is not recommended by sleep experts. The human body needs a certain amount of deep, continuous sleep to function properly. Da Vinci might have been a genius, but his sleep pattern is far from what experts recommend today. Now let's move on to Albert Einstein. Known for his theory of relativity and his iconic wild hair, Einstein was also a man who valued his sleep. While some geniuses, like Leonardo da Vinci, attempted to minimize sleep to maximize productivity, Einstein took a different approach. He was known to sleep for 10 hours each day, much more than the average adult's 7 to 9 hours. Einstein's lengthy sleep wasn't just about quantity, but also quality. He believed that sleep was essential for creative thinking. It's said that some of his scientific breakthroughs came to him in dreams. For Einstein, sleep wasn't a luxury, but a necessity for his mind to function at its best. He understood that a well-rested brain was a more productive brain. He also took regular naps throughout the day, often dozing in his chair or even on the floor. These short periods of sleep gave his mind a chance to refresh, allowing him to approach problems with a fresh perspective. Einstein's sleep habits are a testament to the importance of rest. He saw sleep not as wasted time, but as an investment in his mental clarity and creativity. His approach might not work for everyone, but it certainly worked for him, contributing to his remarkable achievements in physics. Einstein's sleep habits fell closer to what we consider normal today. Sleep, as Einstein showed us, may indeed be the key to unlocking our own creativity and potential. Next up we have Nikola Tesla. Now, here's a man who truly lived by the maxim, "I'll sleep when I'm dead." Tesla, the brilliant inventor and electrical engineer, was known to sleep for a mere 2 to 3 hours per day. That's right, while most of us are barely making it through the day on a solid 8 hours, Tesla was out there revolutionizing the world on a power nap. Believing that sleep was a waste of precious time, Tesla would push himself to the brink of exhaustion, only succumbing to sleep when absolutely necessary. His sleep habits were so extreme that he often worked for days on end without any rest, fueling his body with sheer determination and copious amounts of caffeine. Now you might be wondering, how did he manage to function on such minimal sleep? Well, Tesla believed that by training his brain to work in short, intense bursts, he could maximize his productivity while minimizing his downtime. And while there's no denying his extraordinary contributions to science and technology, it's important to note that this extreme sleep deprivation took a serious toll on his physical and mental health. Despite his genius, Tesla's sleep habits were far from healthy. His relentless drive and refusal to rest often led to frequent bouts of illness and eventual nervous breakdowns. So, while Tesla's achievements are undoubtedly impressive, his sleep habits are certainly not something we should aspire to emulate. Let's move on to another great inventor, Thomas Edison. Known as the Wizard of Menlo Park, Edison is credited with creating the modern electric light bulb, among many other inventions. But when it came to his sleep schedule, Edison was anything but conventional. You see, Edison was a proponent of the power nap strategy, long before it became popular in productivity circles. He believed in taking short naps throughout the day, but when it came to a full night's rest, he was rather dismissive. Edison typically slept for just about 5 hours each day. Yes, you heard that right, just 5 hours. To Edison, sleep was a necessary evil, something that he thought dulled the mind rather than rejuvenated it. He was quoted as saying, "Sleep is an absurdity, a bad habit." He believed that by reducing the amount of time he spent sleeping, he could get more done. But it's worth noting that this approach to sleep didn't come without its drawbacks. Edison was known to doze off at his workbench and was often seen as irritable or distracted. His health also took a hit in later years, which some attribute to his unusual sleep habits. Edison's sleep habits, like Tesla's, were less than ideal. But it's undeniable that both these men made significant contributions to the world in spite of, or perhaps because of, their unconventional approach to rest. Finally, let's discuss Winston Churchill and Mary Shelley. Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister during the Second World War, had a unique approach to sleep. He was known to sleep for 6 to 7 hours a day, typically divided into a late night sleep and an afternoon nap. Churchill firmly believed in the restorative power of naps and was quoted saying, "Nature has not intended mankind to work from 8 in the morning until midnight without the refreshment of blessed oblivion, which, even if it only lasts 20 minutes, is sufficient to renew all the vital forces." Now, let's shift our focus to Mary Shelley, the renowned author of Frankenstein. Shelley's sleep habits were a stark contrast to Churchill's. She was known to sleep for an extensive 12 to 14 hours a day. This might seem excessive to many, but Shelley had a unique perspective on sleep. She viewed it as a fuel for her creativity. In fact, the idea for her most famous novel, Frankenstein, came to her in a dream. She once wrote, "Dreaming is, after all, a form of planning." So here we have two historical figures, both highly successful in their respective fields, but with contrasting sleep habits. Churchill saw sleep as a necessity for rest and renewal, which allowed him to lead a nation during one of its most challenging times. On the other hand, Shelley saw her long hours of sleep as a source of creativity, which led to the creation of one of the most iconic pieces of literature. It's apparent that there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to sleep. What works for one person may not work for another. The key is to understand your own body and mind and find a sleep pattern that works best for you. Churchill and Shelley had more balanced sleep habits, each with their own reasons. So, what can we learn from these geniuses' sleep habits? Well, it's clear that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to sleep. From Leonardo da Vinci's polyphasic sleep cycle of 20 minutes every 4 hours to Albert Einstein's belief in the necessity of a full 10 hours, these brilliant minds had vastly different sleep habits. Nikola Tesla saw sleep as a time thief, getting by on just 2 to 3 hours a day, while Thomas Edison believed it dulled the mind, sleeping only 5 hours. Winston Churchill and Mary Shelley, on the other hand, saw the value in a good night's rest, with Churchill clocking in 6 to 7 hours, and Shelley even going for 12 to 14 hours. In essence, these geniuses teach us that our sleep habits should be as unique as we are. Remember, everyone's sleep needs are different. What's most important is finding the right amount and pattern of sleep that works for you.